Good afternoon. I am Dr. Jacob Garlinger, Associate Principal of Hebron High School. Before we begin, I'm asking for your cooperation in honoring our graduates. I know you are proud of your graduates. However, please help us respect the dignity and decorum of this occasion by refraining from the use of air horns, laser pointers, beach balls, and other inappropriate items. Also, please turn off cell phones at this time. Let us give each individual graduate their graduation recognition in front of friends, family, and without any distractions. Your noise or distraction could prevent a family from getting to hear their graduate's name being called. Thank you for your cooperation, and we will begin shortly.
Good afternoon, graduates. Please take your seats. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the graduation of the class of 2021. I'd like to start off by thanking everyone, the students, families, faculty, and board members for being here today. My name is Claire Song, and I'm so proud to be introducing one of the most resilient and persistent of graduating classes. From having to manage school life during a pandemic, to figuring out future career plans amidst limited opportunities, to even fighting for monumental change, we've endured it all. But despite all the adversity, I know we are prepared for our futures. Whether it be moving on to the class of 2025, finding a job, or following a separate path, I believe all 921 of us will walk away from Hebron being able to take on whatever lies ahead of us. That being said, I would like to thank our faculty, teachers, counselors, and families for the endless support and encouragement in navigating our futures. Thank you, Alma, Appa, and Onni. I love you guys. It's been an absolute pleasure to be able to spend these past few years with you all. I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you and congratulations, Hawks. At this time, I would like to welcome to the podium Tamia Hatcher, historian, and Sydney Stafford, senior representative of Student Council.
Good afternoon. If everyone could please rise, and ladies and gentlemen, take off your hats.
Hebron High School, ROTC, will now present the colors, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now for the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. You may be seated. We will now turn our program over to Miss Amy Boughton.
Good afternoon. I am Amy Boughton, principal of Hebron High School, and I would like to welcome parents, grandparents, family members, community members, and friends of these great seniors. I want to welcome everyone here today to celebrate the graduation of the Hebron High School class of 2021. I am extremely humbled to be part of such a fine group of students that have achieved the goals set forth by the state of Texas and the Louisville Independent School District. Seniors, as we celebrate your achievements, you must always remember the influential people that you have crossed paths with throughout your educational journey. And use this time to reflect on how and where you will continue in your life. It's also important to remember all of those that have helped shape your character, values, and beliefs along the way. As your principal, it has been a privilege to be a part of your journey, and I am so proud of what you have accomplished. Students, you have experienced a great deal of our school's success in your 4 years. But this year, you also had to pull through in the face of many adversities, disappointments, and cancellations. However, you remained Hebron strong and united. I am so proud of each and every one of you, so let's make today a moment to truly celebrate all of you. Each year, a number of our graduates set aside other opportunities and make the decision to serve our country as part of the U.S. Armed Forces. We are proud of every graduate, but we owe a special debt of gratitude to the brave men and women who dedicate their lives to our country. Graduates who will be serving in the U.S. Armed Forces next year, please rise and let us recognize you. You may be seated. Next, I would like to introduce our distinguished platform of guests. Please remain standing until all guests have been introduced, and I will ask the audience to hold your applause until all have been introduced. First, the Louisville ISD Board of Trustees for the 2020-21 school year. Catherine Sells, Board President. Allison Lasson, Board Secretary. Dr. Buddy Bonner, Board Member. Angie Cox, Board Member. And Jenny Prosnick, Board Member. Thank you to our LISD Board of Trustees. Next, I would like to introduce the Louisville ISD Administration. Dr. Kevin Rogers, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Lori Rapp, Deputy Superintendent, and Mark Youngs, Chief Financial Officer. Thank you, LISD Administration. Additionally, I would like to recognize the Hebron High School and Hebron ninth grade counseling staff. Dr. Justin Fields, lead counselor, Heather Burgess, Kim Klingon, Marlene Hood, Brent Hughes, Stacy Levitt, Latasha Rayford, and Janelle Renee. Thank you, Hebron counseling staff. Lastly, I would like to recognize the Hebron High School and Hebron ninth grade administrators. Amanda Wernicke, principal of Hebron ninth grade campus, Dr. Jacob Garlinger, Associate Principal of Hebron High School, and Assistant Principals Glenn Kroll, Rachel Flanders, Deanna Gertie, Jackie Kushner, Brian McCoo, Richard Solfstead, and Dr. Vanessa Zavar. Thank you, Hebron administration. And finally, I would like to thank some very special people who have prepared our graduates for this moment. It's our Hebron High School teachers. You have truly made a difference in the lives of these young adults. So teachers, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for all that you do. For our opening remarks, please help me welcome to the stage Student Council President, Senior Courtney Case.
Thank you, Ms. Fountain. I would like to start off by thanking my parents for being the foundation of my life. They've supported me throughout the uneasy ride of high school and taught me to walk in the light. I would also like to thank my 3 older sisters. They taught me to be firm in my faith and carved a path for me at Hebron that I was grateful to follow. Even with them away at college with their own lives, they were my biggest role models I looked up to, following their examples as student leaders here at Hebron. And as the youngest of the 4 case girls, it is with humble heart that I pronounce, the case is closed. Class of 2021. We come together today to celebrate 12 years of academic learning, to celebrate our many friendships, amazing achievements, accomplished goals, and hardships overcome throughout our lives. Today, we recognize the hard work each of us put in to get here, because we all know it's been one bumpy ride. We've bonded together to create the Hebron class of 2021. Whether it's your best friend from elementary school or someone you just met and sat next to this semester in economics, we've impacted and supported each other through it all. And now, we take a few moments to recognize our accomplishments and reflect on the past before looking to the future and a new beginning. We may not remember who the 8th president is or the unit circle, but we will always remember having a carnival instead of a senior prom or the entire football team being quarantined during the week of homecoming. We built enduring friendships from our many classes, clubs, organizations, and while roaming around the halls during the good old days of block lunch. As we graduate today, we each have a unique opportunity for a fresh start. A new path is lined up for us ahead, graduates, and it is our job to now decide where we want it to go. We have been taught well, and we are fully equipped to face this new world as we enter the next phase of our lives as young adults. Congratulations, class of 2021. We did it. And now, I'd like to introduce our phenomenal senior class president, Jeremiah Joseph.
Man, that case closed joke was actually pretty funny. That's definitely a tough act to follow, Courtney. Anyways, I'd like to start off by saying thank you to my God, my dad and mom, and the rest of my family and friends, my teacher, Miss Barker, my coach, David Rosansky, in the Hebron Wrestling program, and I'd also like to say thank you to all of you for giving me the privilege of serving as your class president, so thank you. As you all know, I have amazing time management skills. My friends Emery, Allison, and Ali can all attest to that. So I wanted to use those skills to make sure I could write a very stimulating and engaging speech. And then last night at 3 a.m., I started writing. You know how these things go. I sat down and started typing, and then I searched up good graduation speeches because I couldn't figure out anything. And then I pulled a bunch of thoughts from random speeches, and it's not plagiarism because I changed some of the words. Isn't that right, Jaron? Now, these last few weeks of high school, I've been doing a lot of reflecting on this past year. A few weeks ago, I told my friend Haley Pacheco how I felt like I had no dubs this year. I didn't win a wrestling state championship or get into my top school, but it was in these past few weeks I realized that if I keep looking for the losses, I'll find them. I'll forget about all of the small wins. We'll forget about anything good that's happened to us or anything good we were able to do for others. I know I'm not alone in this feeling, and I also know that many of you chose to overcome the obstacles that were put in our way this year. This past year, we were able to come together as a class to do things for the community that no other senior class had done before. Now, I know that things might not always go as you planned, but I know this class is resilient. We were able to graduate in a worldwide pandemic while being forced to use Edgenuity and Canvas. That was the worst possible thing ever. That is just a testament to our perseverance and our commitment to excellence. Graduates, keep focusing on those small wins instead of these huge goals that can feel overwhelming. In this past year, we were able to see how something as small as just checking up on a friend or being able to make someone smile just by being there was actually able to make a difference. And so, class of 2021, you are all destined to make a difference in this world in your own way. Yes, even you, Tyler, Simon, Borna, Robert, Kevin, Alvin, Jaron, Bobby, Chris, Jack, Shalom, and especially you, Haley, Ashley, and Rebecca. Anyways, now that I'm done taking advantage of my speaking time to shout out my friends, I would now like to welcome to the stage our very epic salutatorian, Emily Wynn.
Good afternoon. Welcome again to Hebron High School's 2021 graduation ceremony. My name is Emily Wynn, and it's my great honor to be standing here today as the salutatorian of the class of 2021. I remember in preschool, we had a small graduation ceremony, complete with a cap and a gown, not unlike the ones we're wearing now. I remember feeling proud, accomplished, and excited, probably similarly to how you're all feeling, and rightfully so. I loved that feeling so much that at the time I'd asked my parents, do I get to graduate every year? And I was disappointed when they told me it would be another 12 years before I was able to graduate again. For a 6-year-old, 12 years felt like an eternity, a time span double her own lifetime. But when I walked off that preschool graduation stage, those 12 years went by so much more quickly than I could have ever imagined. Suddenly, here I am, and here we are at the conclusion of our senior year. I think it's an understatement to say that our senior year did not unfold how we imagined it would. By nature, we typically set our sights on what's next. Once I conquer this test, then I can finally study for finals. Once I'm done with junior year, then I'll be a senior. We seemingly raced towards the finish. But with COVID, there was no finish line, no expiration date. So we had to restructure our thinking and take each month, week, or even day, one step at a time. And as Jeremiah had said, looking back, I've realized that it's in these small steps in which we find the most meaningful reflection. Big milestones such as graduation don't happen without the incremental achievements that we too often glaze over in our sprint to the finish. So today, I encourage you to really consider your efforts, no matter how mundane they may seem, whether it's passing a test or walking across the stage without tripping, and appreciate how much we've accomplished to get to where we stand or sit today. And though we may have been the ones to walk this path, our journey isn't one that we shouldered alone. Along the way, our parents and friends, and especially teachers, have guided us step by step. It's the sticker at the top of my elementary school assignments that motivated me to do better. It's when my mom would cut up fruit and bring it to my room when she knew I was busy studying that got me through harder and harder classes. It's the late night FaceTimes and the Netflix watch parties that got me through quarantine. As we gather today at the end of our high school careers, reflect not only on all of the accomplishments that you've built, but also the relationships that have helped you lay the foundation for future successes. Speaking of which, I would now like to thank all of my former teachers, especially Mrs. Rastusha, my elementary school GT teacher, who taught me to chase curiosity and creativity, and Mr. Willard, who encouraged me to push the boundaries of what I could achieve and prepared me for the rigor of high school. Just as they assisted me in the past, their lessons will continue to guide me as I embark on the next chapter of my future. You know, I think 6-year-old Emily was right to feel intimidated by the 12 years that lay ahead of her. They certainly weren't easy, as I'm sure you all know. I have to admit that I kind of feel similarly now as to how I felt then. Uncertain and intimidated, but excited and hopeful. And as we continue on our life path, whether it be college or trade school or new job or the military or anything in between, we may stumble, maybe fall, or even change directions entirely, but we have proven that even in the face of hardship, we take that next step forward. It is that perseverance that makes us Hebron Hawks, and it's that perseverance that allows us to say, we made it. Here we are, and here's where we're going next. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite our terrific valedictorian, Tyler Kirch, to give his speech.
Yeah, let's go, Tyler!
Thank you, Emily. Hello, Hebron Hawks, friends, and family. I don't think I've seen this many faces or masks in quite some time, so I'm super glad y'all were able to join us at the start today. I'd like to give a shout out to Mom, Dad, Kirch 1.0, my goofy friends, and all the amazing teachers I've been fortunate to have throughout high school. Y'all have truly shaped my high school experience, so I can't thank you enough. Now, let me give everyone a chance to turn their cameras on so I can see your shining faces today. Everyone please mute yourself. If you have a question, feel free to raise your hand or use the chat feature down below. I think someone's mic is still on. Is that your shower curtain? After thousands of assignments and hundreds of those awkward WebEx calls, Hebron's class of 2021 finally gathers here today to receive a diploma that's meant to embody these crazy 4 years of high school that we've had. But quite frankly, it's impossible to accurately quantify it. Our path from freshman year to senior year has been anything but a straight line. We've weaved, dipped, and dodged through a number of curveballs, maintaining resilience through it all. Who knew that the entire senior class would practice falsetto during our senior picture because of the sheesh trend? Or who knew that everyone would turn into stock analysts after that GameStop phenomenon? Or who knew that for some of us, March 13th, 2020 would be our last day of in-person high school? Or that wearing a mask to graduation would become a part of the attire? However, these curveballs fail to diminish the knowledge we've gained, the unforgettable memories we've made, and the relationships we've built. And trust me, our future is just as exciting as it was during our first anxious step or trip and fall onto the Hebron 9th grade campus nearly 4 years ago. Now, parents, as your kids transition into adulthood, prepare to be treated as the next "Hey Google" for questions you've probably already addressed, but we found too boomer. Hey Dad, how do I write a check? Hey Mom, why was my debit card declined? Hey Dad, why have my t-shirts turned pink? Hey Mom, there's some green and white stuff growing on the cheese. Added flavor? But it's okay. We're not expected to travel through life with all the answers. High school has proven that life's path is anything but linear, so celebrate the uncertainty ahead of you. Mistakes are bound to happen, but they often mean growth more than they mean failure. Whatever your future plans are, be fearless, be yourself, follow your dreams, and keep that online presence nice and clean while you're at it. That stuff is no joke. A quote that resonated with me throughout high school, with credits to ECDEV, class of 2020, is pursue whatever makes time go by faster. Find what gets you so caught up in what you're doing that you lose all track of time. As such, don't be afraid to expand your comfort zone, try out new things, and develop your passions. And of course, when you can, don't forget to thank the family, teachers, and friends that have helped you get this far. Hebron's class of 2021 is quite frankly built different. So don't believe for a second that you can't change the world, because you can. Thank you.
That's my valedictorian!
I'd like to now pass it on to our totally awesome principal, Mrs. Amy Boughton, for the presentation of the class.
At this time, if I can get the administrators and faculty to please take their places amongst the graduates. Dr. Rogers, I am pleased to present to you the senior class of 2021 from Hebron High School. Here before us are 921 exceptional seniors. I have verified that each of these seniors have met the requirements of the Texas Education Agency and the Louisville Independent School District and should be awarded the appropriate diploma certificate at this time.
Thank you, Ms. Boughton. To you, the Hebron class of 2021, please know that we are very proud of your accomplishments. We look forward to even greater things in your future. Mrs. Sells, Ms. Boughton has verified that these students are eligible to receive their diploma or certificate. Therefore, by the authority vested in me by the state of Texas and the Louisville Independent School District Board of Trustees, I certify them. Their diplomas or certificates are to be awarded at this time. Congratulations.
Tyler Curran Kirch. Emily Ann Wynn. Sahil Sen. Sammy Young Kwan. Claire Jiwan Song. Susanna Sunyoung Park. Sarah Park. Anjana Dasari Reddy. Aiden Christopher Turner. Bethany Yang. Christina Denny. William Daniel Hannes. Luke Felipe Chartier. Jay Shawshank Benegal. Christy Ann John. Jocelyn Joshi Chu. Ira Amin Jamal. Ana Isabel Pedraza Garcia. Leah Ann Thomas. Hyen Wee. Brooklyn Rose Kinnair. Jaewon Huang. Delaney Joy Dyer. Mavish Aslam Nayani. Henry Cleveland Hayes. Salmia Thomas. Ashna Sachi Pete. Jonathan Thomas Herkimer. Nathan Angelo Bernardo. Raheen Karim Sadruddin. Victoria Armanda Hardono. Yangxia Seng. Krista Jofi. Michelle Mahua Wang. Andrew Jacob Laprelle. Lillian Ruth Parker. Emily Sarah John. Keaton Rebecca Morrison. Rebecca Shirley Varghese. Ellie Kate Hott. Jasmine Elizabeth Thomas. Ava Quinn Mayer. Jamie John. Rebecca Miriam Biji. Eric Juan Kim. Shunner Hussein Varani. Matthew Terry Sheldon. Amanda Lauren Godfrey. Kate Vivero Montgomery. Bronwyn Sering Kangsar. Caitlin Marie Williams. Simon Park. Shema Sajan. Leah Marie Varghese. Connor Min Huang Quang Pham. Michelle Gonzalez. Ardarsh Balareddy. Haley Elizabeth Lane. Shelby Faye Klingon. Arushi Biswas. Ava Christine Brown. Erica Michelle Matthew. Gilbert No. Sneha Puthiakenal Matthew. Siddharth Rajiv Menon. Greg Jungman Sao. Susie Madeline Beckinger. Katarzyna Helena Drevnia. Ria Miriam John. Akshaya Reddy Kumetha. Kayla Faith Babsar. Robert Sinclair Herrera. Sanidi Uriagiri. Yejin Lim. Selina Jaffer. Anjali Das. Shema Susan George. Ananya Sumaramian. Michelle Nelifal Delirifar. Catherine Danielle Seal. Zain Muhammad Sayed. Serena Sarah Karim. Kathy Min Win. Ainsley Sue Atkinson. Sarah Asif Padani. Jacqueline Elise Burr. Riley Joe Nicholson. Ali Abbas. Alina Abbas. Asna Abdulali. Joanna Mary Abraham. Eric Samuel Abrera. David Abrera. Joseph Ryan Abrera. Vanessa Osei Adams. Borna Afkami Rohani. Vladimir Guerrero. Alhil Ajani. Chase Stone Aiken. Abiola Alamide Alaladi. Jacob Dean Alana. Jose Eduardo Alarcon. Gracelyn Elizabeth Alexander. Jeremy John Alexander. Yeriel Alil Agarin Marquez. Arfaz Murad Ali. Misam Ali. Samana Fatima Ali. Catherine Josephine Alavernia. Ashton Shamar Allen. Tamaro Jabri Allen. Grayson Robert Allo. Emily Alvarez. Luis Giovanni Alvarez. Fad Jamal Ali. Athara Maherdad Embekar. Elisha Aslam Amlani. Sarah Grace Ameri. Arjun Raj Anand. Mackenzie Jean Marine Encheta. Lauren Ray Anderson. Perry Aubrey. Stephanie Avila. Michael Kalapo Ayadele. Leanne Fad Ayash. George Babineau III. Jackson Dylan Baker. Abigail Arlene Bala. Dalton Duke Balmer. Richard James Rosillo Baltusberger. Ariel Renee Banks. Miguel Richard Barcelona. Cody Ray Barnett. Isaac Ivan Barrera III. Conrad Albert Barron. Good job. Maxwell Cole Battaglia. Blake Bernard Batchelor. Amy Renee Baumgartner. Colby Robert Beeman. Braden Frederick Beck. Akash Abraham Bahanan. Jessica Bang. Logan Todd Berry. Diego Benzania Davila. Yuvraj Singh Bamra. Aiden Paul Bierig. Jabin Tate Bigum. Marin Biju. Zachary Peter Billier. Jaren Vandenur Binu. Ethan Campbell Bachniak. Elena Mary Jean Bear. Delaney Francis Bogan. Grant Cole Bond. Jaron Elliott Boslow. Matthew Isaac Bowen. Lillian Catherine Bowler. Rebecca Ann Bragalone. Robert Raymond Bragalone. Sydney Sierra Branch. Sydney Kayla Braxton. Jada Kashawn Bridges. Sydney Elise Brinkley. Hunter Darnell Britton. Jordan Daniel Brock. Davion Daniel Brookins. Jacob Devon Broughton. Davis Parks Brown. Samuel Barber Brown. Sarai Janae Brown. Senate William Brown. Casey Lee Bryant. Kelsey Lorraine Bryant. Allison Marie Buck. Isha A. Budwani. Aubrey K. Burns. Lauren Emily Burns. Nathan Cole Burns. Zachary Ryan Burns. Charles Donald Burris. Hector Sal Cabrera Nunez. Rafael Enrique Cachut de Oliveira. Martin Alejandro Cadena Jr. Maya Janae Campbell. Bruce Lee Cow. Carla Cardenas. Leilani Cardenas. Yair Carmeli. Pamela Carmona. Diana Paola Carmona Martinez. Landon Kyle Cairo. Jose Ismael Carreno Jr. Anthony Carizal. Bridget Lee Carter. Jaden Carter. Madeline Katie Carter. Tierra Deshawn Cartwright. Mariana Lima Casali. Caden Alexander Casburn. Courtney Ann Case. Samuel Alejandro Castaneda. Sebastian Gabriel Castellino Harana. Vika Charlize Castillo. Zachary Joseph Cavagnaro. Jose Robert Cazares Jr. Carter Gage Sodron. Karine Mona Chalub. Lucas Lapkai Chan. Marciona LaCourrier Chandler. Alexandra Nicole Chapman. Harry Chen. Jenny Chen. Marion Ellen Sheremy. Audrey Marie Childers. Jimin Choi. Evan Matthew Clifford. Tiana Maria Cochran. Janae Denise Coleman. Stephanie Colazo. Callie Elise Collins. Michaelin Mariah Compian. Weston Cole Conway. Amelia Frances Conley. Macy Isabella Contreras. Olivia May Cook. Gustavo Cordova Villegas.
Congratulations, Gustavo.
Jose Israel Cortina. Litzy Tamara Cortina. Pierce Orville Courtney. Tristan Von Courtney. Mario Sanchez Kraft Jr. Ava Elizabeth Craig. Jasmine Cruz. Kiara Patricia Cruz. Ayana Cooney. Alexander Aiden Cushing. Deshaun Anastasia Daniels. Garrett Evan Dantzler. Amaya Trinice Davis. Emerson Claire Davis. Hannah Grace Davis. Nathan Michael Davis Jr. Sean Dwayne Davis Jr. Lamaya Lee Davis Johnson. Aubrey Page Day. Brendan Daniel DeLuna. David Kingston Deal. Monet Esperanza de Fries. Caitlin Joe Dennis. Kaylee Nicole Durr. Jade Isabel Deprez. Armand Fayaz Damani. Zulay Janilal Diaz. Rachel Ashley Dillard. Aiden Visaya Demas. Diana Din. Haley Grace Dirks. Vivian Lee Doan. Cody Matthew Dorn. Grayson Trill Daughtery. Wesley Robert Douglas. Sean Bryant Downey. Shay Nicole Duggan. Grace Yalling Ebbinghaus. Charlotte Catherine Edwards. Ethan Chase Edwards. George John L. Curry. Ayana Kali Ellis. Frederick Sylvester Erskine Jr. Isaiah Thomas Escalona. Kiara Jasmine Evans. Tyler Antonio Farrow. Jack Grayson Falconer. Amina Farista. Ethan Michael Farkos. Nada Mohammed Fasi. Mariah Elaine Feather. Kai Anthony Fernando. Madeline Nicole Figueroa. Addison Elizabeth Lee Finney. Kobe Ashley Dion Flemings. Jennifer Solorzano Flores. Job Emiliano Flores Ortiz. Ayana Zaire Fordham. Ariana Zaire Foster. Jamari Jeffrey Foster. Caitlin Marie Fox. Tiffany Frere. Nicholas Anthony Fraser Davis. Catherine Goodman Frederick. Karina Lizeth Fuentes. Aaron Chunyin Fung. Gavin Michael Gajaj. Victoria Michelle Galvin. Grace Galvin Rodriguez. Melanie Gomez. McKenna Grace Gant. Bryden Defan Garcia. Jeanette Magali Garcia Lemus. Manuel Alejandro Garcia Puentes. Erica Ann Gardner. Gerard Crusim Garner Jr. Kristen Bailey Gates. Mariano Kultu Gates. Emery Gibson. Ahil Navad Jelani. Maxwell Robert Gilkison. Lexi Ann Gilly. Cameron Alexander Glure. Danielle Kim Golden. Blanca Abigail Gomez Ixcal.
Congratulations.
Jose Pablo Gomez Molina. Esmeralda Gonzalez. Elena Mia Gonzalez. Melissa Gonzalez Ortega. Mitchell Kent Good. Kaylee Dawn Goodwin. Gabriel Lee Gorman. Bryce Alexander Gold. Ethan Charles Grant. Maria Alejandra Gatro Garcia. Ethan Miles Gray. Kaya Shania Gray. Hallie Lee Green. Caleb Alexander Greenwood. Ben Watson Grider. Erica Adriana Grimmett Pratt. Moises Zacharias Grosinger. Christopher Eli Guerrero. Hugo Manuel Guerrero. Jose David Guevara Ortiz.
Congratulations.
Noah Hatton Gidre. Tyler Louis Joseph Gilbo. Nicholas Allen Gus. Ethan Andrew Guzman. Parker Allen Taylor Hagan. Molly Marie Harrell. Morgan Elise Hall. Paige Mackenzie Hall. Samuel Christian Allen Hall. Jason Valentino Hamden. Reagan Grace Hamilton. Tiana Lee Hammock. Sean Syed Hammond. Nicholas Milan Hamerla. Ariana Hanai. McKinley Jasmine Harbor. Allison Ruth Harper. Cade Elliott Harrell. Nicholas Alexander Harris. Marshall Lee Harrison. Jalen Stefan Hart. Tamia Paige Hatcher. Garrison Walker Hatley. Jackson Alexander Hott. Kylie Alexa Hay. Hayden Theodore Hurd. Ethan Christopher Halisti. Jason Evan Helwig. Taylor John Helmick. Daniela Anau. Olivia Adrea Henderson. Kylie Dane Hendrickson. Meredith Ann Hendricks. Rima Janae Henry. Tyler John Henry. Tyler David Hernandez. Angelica Hernandez Garcia. Gerardo Brent Hernandez Manzanares. Calvin Joseph Herr. Anna Grace Hilst. Kiala Desne Hines. Ethan Kuo Huang. Grace Hyojin Hong. Brendan Robert Horn. Gregory Benjamin Horowitz. Justine Somali Howe. Nair Adrian Howard. David Curtis Howe. Daniel Perkins Howie. Lucas Daniel Huckaba. Gabriela Isabel Huerta. Chris Deshay Hughes Jr. Olivia Gail Hunt. Elizabeth Catherine Hurley. Samuel Blake Hutchison. Christine Quinn. Dylan Wook Quinn. Sean Quinn. Ryan Connor Huang. Asin Ameche Ibe. Vrithika Raj Indur. Chinta Natani Isom. Jillian Olivia Jackson.
Jonathan Jermaine Jackson. Tiana Monet Jackson. Thomas Matthews Jacob. Nicholas Eric Jacobson. Zane Jaffrey. Holly Marie Jamie. Isaiah Devon Jeffries. Bria Elise Jenkins. Lisa Sujin John. Cyril Gijo. Chloe Olivia Johnson. Devay Essa Hevion Johnson. Jamie Aime Johnson. Madeline Juanita Johnson. Raymond Maurice Johnson Jr. Casey Adam Jolly. Javante Rashad Jones. Kaiten Bryn Jones. Jijun Ju. Emily Mary Joseph. Jeremiah Abraham Joseph. Young Jun Ju. Juyuk Jung. Priya Katuveliel. Noah Vin Kelly. Felicia Maxine Kelly. Selah Francis Kelly. Corin Elizabeth Kiesling. Chloe Marie Kilbride. Benjamin Junsu Kim. Bomsu Kim. Diane Kim. Jacob Star Kim. Joshua Young Chul Kim. Christian Hanju Kim. Matthew Soonhoon Kim. Megan Christiana Kim. Philip Juan Kim. Chase Ray Kimball. Claire Elizabeth Kimball. Brian Macaulay Kempton. Jet Nelson King. Raymond Patrick Clark. Molly Joe Klein. Christopher Ty Coney. Grace Bella Kula. Sunhu Kwan. Trevor Chase Lacanina. Daniel Guadalupe Daniela Guadalupe Latkins. James Charles Laird IV. Asif A. Lakanani. Sahir Irfan Lalani. Michael Lamb. Jalen Jamel Lambert. Sohayab Eli Lamjid. Jessica Nicole Lancia. Kylie Grace Lanningham. Joshua Gar Lau. Ione Deontay Lata. Was it Laney? Laney Deontay Lata. Layla Nicole Layton. Ni Wen Lee. Reagan Tu An Lee. Vin Tuong Lee. David Christopher LeBolt. McKenna Ray Leckleitner. Jayla Iana Lee. Joseph Jung Lee. Brady Austin Lannert. Jennifer Concepcion Lemus Diaz. Mireya Lemus Hernandez. Michael Leon. William Adrian Leon. Olivia Ryan Lester. Jared Andrew Lewis. Josiah Robert Lewis. Tristan Robert Licht. Ellery Ann Lyles. Delaney Dawn Lindsay. Tyler Hayden Lloyd. Shane Thomas Lobster. Jacqueline Lopez. Yunmin Lee. Karen Ariana Lopez. Kendall Avery Lopez. Ruth Lopez Gonzalez. Jacqueline Lopez Solorzano. Enes Marina Lorenzo Montes. Jasmine Shanae Loudermill. Brandon Andre Love. Thais Anna Loy. Leilani Michelle Luong. Sarah May Lee. Alec Pearson Mack. Sarah Daniela Madrid. Ethan Andrew Mayer. Sophia Mahmood. Megan Dale Majors. Sahil Makani. Mia Marin Maldonado. Litzy Jacqueline Mandujano Melagon. Lisbeth Alexandra Mandujano Garcia. Lindsay Michelle Manis. Justin Matthew Marshall. Camilla Martinez. Jonathan Jaden Martinez. Mia Martinez. Ruth Carolina Martinez. Evelyn Yanin Martinez Guzman. Yukinari Sean Maruyama. Catherine Palmer Mason. Nicholas Scott Masterson. Alina Marin Matthew. Alvin Matthew. Emma Marie Matthew. Sarah Susan Matthew. Melanie Alexis Matos. Ashton Marie Maxon. Mitchell James Mayhaw. Grayson Sage Maynard. Trent Kenneth McCowan. Maxim Keith McDearman. Trevin Mickle McPhee. Connor James McGinnis. Ian Michael McCason. Kyla Rosette McKinney. Miracle Trinae McPherson. Jeremiah Ezekiel McWilliams. Mumtahina Meharan. Ali Khan Mehrani. Anthony Xavier Mendoza. Paris Renee Merrill. Demaria Cyree Miles. Isabella Caitlin Miller. McKenna Rose Miller. Vincent Franklin David Miller. William James Miller. Lily Oleta Ming. Akira Lene Mitchell. Braylon Nawan Mitchell. Dexter Deontay Mitchell Jr. Deanna Monique Mitchell. Mina Abdul Mohammed Aman. Ariana Elise Moldenhauer. Vanessa Feroz Malou. Arish Momnani. Lorenzo Edward Monreal. Martin Ramirez Montoya. Dylan Julian Moore. Holly Grace Moore. McKinley Trey Moore. Savannah Grace Moore. Brittany Giselle Mora. Rolando Morales Gandara. Shashir Santosh Moore. Arian Ernesto Moreno. Spencer David Mosley. Dylan Michael Muir. Gianna Amare Murga. Manushe Moraga. Vinchu Sudhir Nair. Damian Nathaniel Najera. Thomas Kent Nash. Anshu Reddy Nandahala. Amana Nayani. Kyrie Dawn Neal. Dakota Wolf Neufeld. Macy Marie Newman. Savannah Nonkambai. Anthony Gia Wee Wen. Anthony Wee Wen. Ashley Antu Wen. Ethan Tuan Wen. Hogan Wee Wen. Kevin Wee Wen. Mia Sydney Wen. Nancy Trin Wen. Nok Tan Don Wen. Nate Kwang Wen. Pacey Koi Wen. Tavoy Vu Wen. Tommy Tran Lee Wen. Troy Wen. Ali Jahid Niaz. Brooke Elise Nichols. Jessica Varghese Ninan. Haley Marie Nixon. Heather Kate Nixon. Alexia Brielle Nogues. Alexis Jewel Nope. Tara Grace Lacey O'Donnell. Sanghuing O. Ikechukwu John Iomide Ohume Bulin. Tobin Andrew Oler. Ezekiel Dabo Arthur O. Onoviran. Matthew Gideon Ostuzian. Abdul Sadiq O. Orlando Elan. Renee Liesel Owen. Haley Michelle Pacheco. Unique Unity Padavong. Charles Henry Page. Jeffrey Ray Payne. John Russell Payne III. Araceli Apollonia Pakenham. Sean Ardilis Palman. Britton Lee Parent. Eric Jungwoo Park. Aliyah Shanique Parks. Krish Hitesh Patel. Yash V. Patel. Paige Riley Patrick. Andrew James Peterson. Raju Sabu Patel. Milan Paulos. Anaya Marie Paxson. Angelina Elaine Pena. Yash Boniface Pereira. Christopher Perez. Daisy Sarai Perez. Nicholas Neil Perez. Hi. Ibrahim Guillermo Perez Ortiz. Camden Jakyle Perkins. Ian Gregory Perry. Andrew Scott Piscina. Lindsay Marie Peterson. Ethan Marvin Pettingill. Zachary Diego Petty. Olivia Justice Pfeiffer. Allison Tien Pham. Rachel Thweevy Pham. Evan Ty Fan. Elise Ryan Phelps. Greg Kobe Fetsofa. Kyla Emil Phillips. Sonail Leka Pimplatpure. Pamela Pinkard. Alyssa Grace Pliskull. Christiana Malia Porter. Rohan Sai Potu. Emily Marie Price. Samantha Lynn Puente. Lorna Saray Puentes. Whitney Susan Panus. Daniel Allen Query. Aiden Matthew Radke. Damian Tyree Ragas. Siona Raborde. Ariz Aziz Rajani. Arul Ramchadaran. Margarita Ramirez Resendez. Maria Ramirez Resendez. Lance Arthur Ramsey. Skylin Sierra Rankin. Andrew Miles Rapp. Zara Batul Ravjani. Luna Chakwina Ray. Kef Rahim Ramani Master. Sophia Margojata Ray. Jules Peyton Renteria. Tyler Leonardo Requa. Maria Fernanda Reza Ledesma. Michaela Lene Roan. Juliana Laura Richoli. Maya Jaden Richards. Corey Eastland Risser. Durley Alejandro Rivas. Sierra Gibson. Kulsum Rizvi. Destiny Ronisha Robertson. Jasmine Alexis Robert. Takara Renee Robinson. Alexander Enrique Rodriguez. Madeline Christina Rodriguez. Trinity Faith Rodriguez. Eduardo Alba Rojas. Ashley Gabriela Romero. Diego Jesus Romero. Mariana Donahue Rooks. Alexander Lee Rosen. Thomas J. Roush. Alexis Bianca Russell. Regan Gabrielle Russell. Sophia Ivy Russell. Madeline Catherine Rutherford. Hope Hannah Ryan. Aiden James Solis. Kenya Natalie Salinas. Annabelle Christine Sanchez. Braden Anthony Sanchez. Callie Ann Sanchez. Diego Alberto Sanchez. Shakaya Janae Sanders. Robert Joseph Sanford Jr. Samir Anser Chandrani. Julia Morgan Santaella. Katia Beatriz Santos Fernandez. Uriel Santos Valencia. Jasmine Saucedo. Nicholas Alexander Schufler. Hannah Miriam Scott. Allison Lynn Scroggins. Delaney Renee Scroggins. Keegan Coy Self. Alyssa Breon Seward. Emma Grace Sexton. Cooper Michael Schaff. Claire Anna Shirey. Leah Sibby. Lloyd Sibby. Brianna Marie Sims. Jeremy Daniel Slate. Anda Iona Slavu. Ethan Wayne Smith. Jacob Mason Smith. Justin Leofus Smith. Richard Thomas Smith. Sophia Ann Solis Welch. Nishika Solomon. Johnny Solorzano. Gabriel Matthew Sotelo. Brianna Crystal Soto Salcedo. Sydney Rochelle Stafford. Trinity Anaya Stanberry. Jackson Carter Staten. Andrew Carson Stewart. Audrey Lane Stewart. Tatum Brianne Story. Savannah Mackenzie Streams. Omari Deshawn Stubbs. Sangumbam Sue. Ty Ashley Sumrell. Shannon Sunilmon. Jacob Ryan Swansea. Luciano Ronald Sweet Jr. Aaron Jaden Javon Tarver. Austin Logan Taylor. Linda Marie Taylor. Benjamin David Teed. Shrindi R. Thiruvangadam. Shafai Tobani. Aben Thomas. Camille Tiana Thomas. Pavin Abraham Thomas. Raul Prenu Thomas. Addison Rain Thompson. Brian Ting. Andrew Ryan Tinsley. Carrie Noel Talbert. Gregory Adam Tomino. Elaine Torres. Florida Torres. Jacqueline Suhey Torres. Matilda Alexandra Torres Trujillo. Bryce Mitchell Tramler. Dukim Matthew Tran. Ashley Nicole Trulib. Jacob Alonzo Truvino. Gracie McKee Triblet. Tiffany Truong. Jaden Bennett Tumbler. Cade Allen Tumbleson. Fatuma Umoza. Mark Isaac Van Spybrock. Noah? Noaf Tariq. Colton David Vavril. Sophia Sarah Varghese. Sierra Drew Vasquez. Keegan Patrick Dale Vaughn. Yanari Lourdes Vega Yu. Evelyn Marie Villalba Contreras. Azir Virani. Haya Virani. Zimran Amin Virani. Nicholas Vasepo. Abigail Faith Vitt. Derek Min Vo. Azar Ekbal Walani. Eliza Irfan Walio Muhammad. Aisha Raquel Walker. Whitney Madison Walker. Anthony Willard Ware Jr. Amaya Nicole Warner. Angelina Grace Washington. Connor Thomas Watson. Jackson Joseph Weber. Garrett Michael Wegman. Elise Way. Zion Jamal Welsh. Ivan Gregory Wershon. Miles Troy Whatcott. Janaya Quashay White. Kaylee Elizabeth White. Cameron Alexander Whitlock. Christopher Antoine Whitney II. Amyline Jean Wick. Claire Colleen Wiley. Adrian Devion Williams. Jordan Sheldon Williams. Caleb Amon Williams. Mason Jordan Williamson. Ema Angel Willis. Jalen Jevon Wilson. Eric Eduardo Wong Corral. Samantha K. Woodhouse. Sarah Grace Woodhouse. Aubrion Vianche Dawn Woodley. Trinity Rose Wrestler. Dessa Dupre Wright. Eliza Grace Wrigley. Christina Marguerite Weger. Justin Jinwoo Yang. Anissa Mimuna Yanuri. Zinbo Ye. Gawan Yu. Rachel Usman. Aliza Jejrivi Zarate. Christopher Isaac Zorilla Galindez.
Woo, we're finally done, y'all. Now, describing the immense pride I have for our class as we end this ceremony would be like fitting an elephant into a fridge. It's simply too big. We've all entered Hebron from different homes at different times and into different places. Likewise, we'll be leaving with our own dreams and aspirations. But as a class, we've shared many unprecedented experiences, and we also managed to become the best class Hebron has ever had. We're all brilliant, and I, Sammy Kwan, can confidently say that all of our futures are looking bright. But as we all shoot for the stars and become rich, famous, and successful, I hope we'll still remember where we began, in the town of Carrollton, Texas. Congratulations and good luck, class of 2021. May our upcoming days be filled with more happiness than the days that have passed us. Blessings wait for you all. Now I'll pass the podium to Rebecca Varghese and Ali Niaz.
Good afternoon, graduates.
We have spent 13 long years just to endure 3 more tedious hours listening to the names of graduates, some of which we didn't even know went here.
Now, class of 2021, there's one last thing for us to do in our high school careers. Now, the tassel turning symbolizes one's transition from candidate to graduate.
Now we know how anxious you are to turn your tassel and get out of here, but I ask you to please wait to throw your hats until the end of the alma mater.
Please, if I see any of you guys throwing your caps during the alma mater, I will personally put you into a room and make you watch the ceremony all over again. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to do that.
Now I invite the class of 2021 to turn their tassels from the right side
to the left side. Congratulations, class of 2021. We made it!
Let's all rise for the alma mater.
Together we will fly.
Graduates, please wait for your line leaders to lead you out.
Go Hawks!